Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised.
Welcome back to another week of The Fuckery. We're your disappointed but not surprised co-host. I'm Alex.
I'm Addie.
And this week we're gonna kind of piggyback off of Shoshana's episode from last week.
Last time. It's been like a month.
Yeah, sorry.
We suck.
We're so bad. But we've had you have had a lot of life events going on.
I've had a lot of life events, which I'll talk about in a minute.
But let's talk about Shoshana.
Yeah.
So she updated us.
So last episode that we had this guest on, whoever didn't listen, that talked about like her bad dates and how just
they were really bad. I feel so bad
shitty.
for her.
Yeah. So she texts us like a week after we recorded.
Yeah.
And she went out to meet this dude, and she kind of like wiped herself off of any dating apps and all this stuff. And she's like, all right, like, let's just focus on myself. So this guy had her number that she met on Hinge or whatever the fuck it was from like 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before. And he's like, hey, what's up? So she's like, fuck it. I'll go out to meet him. Mind you, he's a lawyer.
Right.
He's a lawyer. Lawyers make good money.
Yes.
Even the shittiest lawyer makes what? 100?
At least, I would think. Yeah.
100. The really good lawyers could make millions. You know what I mean? Like average lawyer, you're probably making $200,000.
Let's just say you can afford dinner. Okay? Like, let's just say.
You can afford anything.
The fucking clown at the circus can afford dinner. All right? Like,
I feel like a homeless beggar can afford dinner from the tips that they make if they're really trying to woo a girl. So she drives out to him, which is about 40 minutes away. And she purposely did that because he's in like a good town for like drinks and stuff. And she is like, all right, if I drive, I'm not going to drink so much. And she, she doesn't want to drink, and she really didn't want to drink at all. Maybe like one beer because she gets a little tipsy. So she's like, all right, like, let's get a beer. And then he goes, let's get what is it called? A tower?
Like the beer tower?
I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I haven't drank in years. I don't even know what the fuck a tower is. What's a tower?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on the place, but I'm assuming it would be like multiple
4 beers
drinks.
in a thing.
No, I would think more than that.
All right. So he gets a tower. And she's like, well, I'm not going to drink the tower. And he's like, well, I am.
Okay.
Red flag number 1.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting fucking wasted on the first date. Like, that's literally red flag number 1. And she goes, all right, Alex.
When I peed in the parking lot in front of my ex-fiance. But hey, like, we got engaged and everything.
Engaged.
We got blasted the first date, and I pissed in the parking lot. I was like, whatever.
Now you're not together, so that didn't work out.
Shit. It was fun while it lasted.
It was fun while it lasted, and then it became toxic.
He was like, I knew you were my soulmate when you pissed in the parking lot on the first date. I was like, well, I knew you were a keeper because you were cool with it.
Coming from a felon. It's every felon's dream.
Oh,
I
God.
shouldn't talk. I've dated my fair share of felons, and as we say, felons make the best fucks.
Oh my God. It's true. It's true. We've done the legwork.
We've done the legwork. If you want a good fuck, go find a felon. Anyway, non-violent is usually the best kind.
Yeah. But violent also are really good.
fucks.
Yeah.
Hello, Dahmer. No. So she goes out to see him. They get a tower. Again, red flag number 1. So he's getting like a little wasted. And so she's like not enjoying the conversation. She wants to kind of get out of there. Whatever. So she's like, all right, I'm going to get the tab. She's like, all right, I'm going to, head out of here soon. And he's like, you're not going to let me finish? And she's like, I don't really want to sit while you drank like 8 fucking beers from a tower. Like, I'm done. So she's like, all right, I'll hang out for a little bit more. So then she goes and she's like, all right, now I really got to go. So she goes to, offer to pay and split the tab. He doesn't even offer to buy her an appetizer or anything like that. Like, doesn't even offer to get food. Like, hey, let's get something else. It's just the fucking tower.
So like he's pretty much like just trying to get tuned up. Like, No food, nothing.
Mind you, it's like 1 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's like...
It's not even at nighttime. It's a day date. She's like, I'm going to go. And first of all, she was starving. She goes, I was so hungry.
That's like, I feel like that's just so rude.
Get an appetizer. If you don't want to sit there and have fucking like, a full meal,
Yeah.
get wings,
Get two
mozzarella
apps, like
sticks, get
anything.
nachos, get something like, hey, we're here for 3 hours. Like, let's get something quick. Do you want to order wings?
I don't even know how she sat there that long.
I
If
would've
I was
dipped.
sitting there watching somebody drink, I would be like, peace.
I would be peace, yeah. So anyway, so she's like, all right, let's split the tab. Doing it out of consideration because she was raised right, but
Right.
like knowing that if he goes to split the tab when she had like a half of a beer and he had the full fucking tower, she was going to be pissed. So he goes, okay, cool. So he goes to take her credit card and she gives this look of disgust, I guess she said, that was like on her face that was like, what the fuck? So he goes, actually, and he goes, oh, well, do you have like any cash on you for like tip? And she's like, I have $4. So he takes her $4 fucking dollars and puts it in his pocket.
I can't. When she texted that, I was like, ew, ew, ew.
Are you craving $4 that much when she had a half of a fucking beer from the tower and you had like the rest of it?
The whole thing is just so rude. And like, I'll always offer to pay.
But they're not supposed to take the money
no.
on the first date, second date, or even third date.
No. If you're asking me out, I don't care if it's drinks. I don't care if it's dinner. I
Right.
don't care what it is. You're asking me. You should pay. That's just a gentlemanly thing. Like any dude that I've ever seriously dated would never even think to like have me pay for anything.
No, not in the beginning. Once
No.
you guys are in the relationship, then
Yeah, then I'll be like, oh, I got this one.
literally, it's even Steven. Like you're splitting the bills for the mortgage usually. You're splitting the
Right.
rent. You're splitting the groceries. It's the way of the world now. The wife doesn't stay home with the fucking kids. Women work, when you're in the relationship, but the first 3 dates, I'm sorry, the female should never fucking pay. And anybody that doesn't raise their kids that way is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And like, it's just consideration. Like Alex and I will never give a guy a shot if they ever like collect money from us on the first or second date.
I just think it's rude.
I don't even offer on the first date.
I mean, honestly, you shouldn't because then situations like that happen. Okay, yeah, I'll take.
But in my defense, like the first date that I had with my boyfriend, I'm not going to fucking offer. I sat there having a club soda with a splash of pineapple and a lime,
Yeah.
and he had 2 beers. If you can't afford my club soda, then go fuck yourself. Seriously.
I don't want to date your ass
I'm
anyway.
not offering to pay for a club soda on the first date when you have 2 beers.
No.
No way. And he didn't even blink. Like that wouldn't even like come to his fucking mind. But it's the $4 had us all shook. To pocket $4 and not even leave it on the table for the fucking tip.
That's what I find weird. Like he didn't even leave it.
He pocketed it and put it in his pocket. Like this lawyer whose parents are apparently like philanthropic multimillionaires is that hard up on $4 fucking dollars.
I swear to God, the people with the most money are always the cheapest.
No, they are.
And I think maybe that's why, because they hoard all their money.
all their fucking
and
money.
take from everyone else. Like I feel like people who aren't as rich are more generous.
I always tip my nail lady. I think I just gave her an 80% tip today. Literally. I tip the fuck out of people
Yeah,
for
you do.
services. I do.
Not me.
I'm
like,
bad. When
calculating 20% on the fucking phone.
Alex is like, when anything pops up on like, would you like to tip? No. Well, like if you go to Starbucks and shit now and they're asking for a fucking tip.
No, I'm not tipping you. That's
I'm
your
not
job.
tipping you.
I'm
It's
sorry.
your fucking job to be a barista. That is what you signed up for. You're not waiting fucking tables. You're not getting a tip.
Exactly. Well, I used to hang out with this guy in the city. He was loaded, millionaire, like had this fucking penthouse apartment, whatever, black card, everything.
I remember him.
Remember him?
Yeah.
We would take like
He was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. But this was back in the days before like Uber and Lyft were a thing. So we'd take like cabs like all over the city. So you know how like if you're doing it on the screen, like you have to like choose a price for the tip.
Yeah.
So one time he was doing it, he presses other, puts it 0.00. He would do that all the time. This guy had more money than like, anybody I fucking know. And like you're tipping the cab driver $0. The first time I'm like, oh, we'll give him cash. Like that's what I was thinking.
Right.
No.
That's cheap. Well, Eli Manning, apparently, my boyfriend's landlord has a limo service.
Okay.
Picked up Eli Manning from the airport, JFK, drove him to his house in the Hamptons.
That's a hike. That's a 2-hour ride.
Didn't give him any fucking tip.
I like cringe when I hear
You're
that.
Eli fucking Manning.
You got more money than God. Like
Eli Manning, you can afford $50 fucking dollars out of your pocket to tip this limo driver. And it's not like the limo driver was apparently like, oh, I love your football and blah, 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 blah. And like talking his ear off and annoying the shit out of him. Like you put the thing up, the barrier or whatever.
Thing, yeah.
Let him just live in peace. Drive him to the fucking his house in the Hamptons on Dune Road. And you don't give him a dollar tip. That's floored all of us.
That's crazy.
Eli,
to me.
you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
for
you're
that.
a cheap asshole.
Fucking-
I hope you get fired. Just kidding.
He doesn't even
He
play
retired,
anymore, I
right? I'm a Giants fan. I should know this shit.
But no, that's like fucking disgusting. So anyway, Shoshana, the guy, is like, oh, text me when you get home. And that's the only bonus points that he got. Because that's one of mine and Alex's things. When somebody says, text me when you get home, we're like a sucker for that. So she ended
That's
up...
another deal breaker. Like if they don't
say
that,
that, see ya. Or like... I actually had one guy that didn't say that, and I was like, ew, he didn't even say it. And we like both met in the parking lot of his law
didn't
firm.
he like zoom off?
He zoomed off, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And then literally like 10 minutes later, he calls me. He goes, I don't know. I was just like really nervous, and I realized that I just left you in a parking lot, and I'm so sorry, and I just want to make sure you're home safe. So stay on the phone with me until you get home. I'm like, okay, now that's
all right.
better.
He made up for it a little bit, but
I was like, what the fuck? Like, dude.
Was it that bad?
Like, I'm sorry. Like, what? I thought the date was okay.
He like peeled out of the parking
No,
lot on
literally,
2
he like
wheels.
peeled out. And I said when he called, I was like, dude, you left me and my car got like gang raped by like 3 hobos. And he's like, what? And I was like, no, I'm kidding. Like, why did you zoom off?
But like that could happen.
No, it was in the parking lot in like Central Islip, which is not the best area, but he works in a law firm there. So it's like one of the law offices, but we were like in a parking lot of a workplace. So weird. Anyway,
That's another thing for me. If like you don't wait until I get inside and you just zoom off, nope,
You're done.
You're not getting a second date.
no, like make sure I'm in the house.
Yeah, like I even do that. You do that for me.
Yeah.
I do that for my friends. I always wait until they get inside because not to sound like my mom or anything, but I watch way too much Dateline. Like people get ambushed in their driveway all the time.
It's true. So he texts her and is like, again, like double text, like, I hope you're okay. Because she
Well,
calls
you
me.
drank 40 beers. I didn't.
Yeah. So she calls me and she goes, you have to call me. And she goes, so what should I do? So should I just like block and delete? And I was like, honestly, she goes, or should I answer him and tell him why? And I was like, just block and delete. I was like, you don't owe him anything. It was one fucking date.
And it was horrible.
It was horrible. And I said, and even if he took your $4 and like, but if you had a great time, that would be one thing.
If he left it as a tip and you had a great time, okay. But like there was none of that going
She
on.
didn't even have a good conversation with him.
Yeah, so no.
So it's not even worth it. Like they didn't have a great time. Like she couldn't wait to get out of there. She was like counting down the minutes so she could fucking leave. Like the date itself, tip or no tip, was not even good.
And you drove 40 minutes.
Drove 40 minutes. You're driving 40 minutes home. So she ends up actually texting him like, I was really put off by the fact that you took my $4.
Good for her.
Yeah, she said it to him. She goes, I'm sorry. I thought that was so cheap and rude. And she's like, are you really that hard on my $4? And he goes, well, you were offering to pay and I didn't want to offend you because all the women's rights movement or whatever.
Don't blame the women's rights movement on the fact that you're a cheap fuck. Like, what's next? Oh, the Mars was in Venus. Like, I had to take the money. Yeah, like,
no.
what?
Like, listen, we know that feminism is a fucking thing and everybody wants to be equal genders or whatever the fuck is going on right
I don't
now.
pay for me.
Yeah,
Pamper my ass. Pay for everything. Make it so I don't have to work. I'll cook, clean, take care of the damn kids.
And at least don't take our $4 fucking on the first date.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Cringe. What?
So now any of you little limp dicks that are listening, don't make the girl pay on the third between one dates, like after the third or fourth date. What is your take?
After the third or fourth date,
can she pay?
I still ain't paying. Listen. By the third or fourth date, like, are you still going out to dinner or are you just chilling?
You're just chilling at home.
Yeah. I don't, like, after that, like, well, I don't know. I just don't offer. Like,
Alex doesn't offer for shit.
well, with, like, my ex, like, my most recent ex, like, we were together for a while. I never, ever, ever, ever paid besides for like his birthday. When there was like something else and I was like, I got this one because he spent a lot of money he bought me something. I don't remember. And I was like, I got this because you just bought me whatever.
I pick up a lot of the groceries is what but we're like living together.
Yeah.
So it's different. I mean, it's just like you're splitting things at this point, but when we go out to dinner, he pays unless I'm like, it's his birthday, or if it's like a restaurant that I really want to go to and I know it's super expensive.
Yeah.
And he kind of cringes at things that are like really expensive. He's not used to like the
finer
5-star.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's
You said he'd be happy at the Best Western.
like we're going on this vacation next week and like I don't even tell him what things cost because it is so fucking expensive for the 5-star hotels that we stay at. And that's fine. Like I always cover it because I don't want to fucking hear it.
Right.
But for like dinners and stuff, but that's because I like to do what I like to do and I'm not going to fucking settle. So, but like, you know, for like dinners and stuff, he still usually pays for it all.
Well, when I just went to Mexico in December, like I bought the trip.
Yeah.
I paid for the trip because it was his birthday and Christmas present. And then he paid for everything there.
Yeah.
We went out on the boat. He paid for that. Every dinner, every lunch, every breakfast. He paid everything. So like that's equal, I think.
Pretty is equal. We put away for vacations too. We each put $100 a week away.
Yeah, that's smart.
And we put it into account. So we do like 2 trips a year. So we have, you know, fucking a ton of money in the account per trip.
Right.
We have $50 to $100 basically in the account per trip for the week. So that'll cover all food expenses and everything.
Yeah.
But again, we're together for a while. This is like not the first or second date where he gloms my $4 fucking.
No.
I think the guy should pay by up until at least like the 4th date.
Yeah, and like I said before, like if you're asking me to go to dinner, I'm not saying you need to take me to dinner.
Right.
Like if you're asking me to go, like you should pay.
And we know that dating gets expensive. We
Yes.
get it. If you're going on Tinder dates, if you're going on a lot of these dates,
But then just say I'll meet you for a drink.
and if you can't afford to buy a girl a beer, then you have no right in fucking dating.
Right.
You don't. We're not trying to be assholes, but you have no right in asking a girl out to go get a drink if you can't afford to buy her a fucking beer.
Yeah. Like what's a beer at a bar? $6?
And if you really want to get to know somebody, go to a fucking coffee shop during the day.
Exactly. There you go.
I think all women would be like, all right, cool. I'm meeting this guy for coffee. I met him on a dating app and the coffee's $4 fucking,
Yeah,
$5.
exactly.
Again, if you can't afford to buy coffee, don't go on the fucking date.
Right.
And that's the law. We said it.
Yeah, well, we're not going to ever accept anything less. So
Don't be cheap.
I hate cheap people. Like it's ew.
I went on vacation with one girl once and I will never go away with her again. I might have spoken about this, and I don't talk to her anyway because she asked me to swing with her and her husband.
Yeah.
And I was like so fucking disgusted with it. But we were at dinner one time and we got dessert. Like it was we pretended that every night that we were there that it was somebody else's birthday. Like one night it was it was nobody's birthday.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we just wanted the cake and stuff. So she goes and she's like anorexic and shit, and she's like, "Ugh, I only had like a bite of the dessert, but like maybe a half of a bite. So I'm not going to pay for a quarter of the dessert because it was 4 of us." She goes, "I'm only going to pay for like an eighth of the dessert."
Who does that? Like, you have to have psychological problems if that's the way you
We all
think.
look at her like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It's like $3 extra. It wasn't even worth the fight. I said, "I'll cover her cost."
That's so ridiculous.
It was like $3 fucking dollars.
That is so
She
weird.
should be married to the fucking $4 guy.
Can you imagine how cheap they would be?
Oh my God.
I know someone else that I swear to God, I know she makes over $100K a year, will not spend a dime on anything, buys her kids clothes from the Goodwill.
I'd be loaded if I didn't spend money like I do.
I know you would be.
I would be loaded. I'd be like a multimillionaire if I didn't spend money on like lavish vacations and like designer clothes. And maybe I'm the asshole.
Well, I mean, I think there's like a balance.
I have a healthy balance. I still save amount of money.
Yeah.
But like then I also like the finer things in life. Like I like facials, and I like 5-star resorts, and I like getting my nails done every 3 weeks. And I
Right.
like nice clothes. I'm not going to shop at a fucking thrift shop.
Yeah, I mean, going thrifting is one thing, cool. Buying your kid clothes from the thrift shop because you don't want to spend money on new clothes, that like deeply disturbs me. It's not like you're poor.
And they're not poor. If they actually make the money,
She's
then like
she's making over $100K and she's a husband that works.
But like,
So come
isn't
on.
Old Navy like $6 for a t-shirt?
Probably go online. You could buy shit on Shein for like $3
Or like Amazon or whatever is cheap. You can get a 6-pack of fucking kids t-shirts for like $12.
exactly like that shit just like blows my
That's
mind.
weird. I wouldn't want anybody's secondhand clothes on my kids unless I
No.
knew them. Like, you know, hand-me-downs that are designer are one thing.
Yeah, well that's fine.
But like Goodwill shit, no.
It's just not necessary. If you have to shop at Goodwill, fine. But
Right.
you don't have to.
But if you don't have to, then
you're
there's no
just like
reason
being a
for it.
fucking asshole.
Then they're probably gonna have so much money in the long run, and then they're gonna be ones like jokes on you.
She'll be like
bitches."
retiring in 2 years at age 40. Like,
Okay, so what we were saying is I've been having some
life events.
life events lately. So I'm 14 weeks pregnant right
Woo!
now. We're so
Yay.
fucking happy. I'm so happy. We found out it's a girl. Let me tell you, pregnancy, mine is not that bad, but it's not fucking easy. It's not easy. Like, it is not glamorous.
No. Hence why I will never.
Dude, yesterday at work, I didn't tell you this.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. Wait, I didn't finish telling you this. I had to pee so fucking bad at work, and like my bladder, I'm peeing. I used to sleep through the night. I pee like 4 times in the middle of the night now. Like I wake up every 3 hours to pee.
That sucks.
It is so fucking annoying. Like my bladder can't handle things. So I had to pee so bad at work yesterday. One of the guys goes, why? Okay. This makes me so mad. The guys at my job, they shit in the women's bathroom because it's cleaner.
I feel like that happens a lot of places. But why?
Go in the fucking men's.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. So they shit in the women's bathroom because it's cleaner. So I go in because I'm having to pee so bad, and I had to wash my hands too because I just ate. So I open the bathroom door, and the smell of shit was so bad. Not to mention that he must have done like a hover shit and not sat on the toilet. So the shit was sprayed all like up the
Ew.
wall. I started dry heaving so fucking hard, and I had to pee. Did you ever, like, you've sneezed and you've peed yourself a little?
Yeah.
I dry heaved so hard that I peed my fucking pants. I couldn't fucking hold it. Like I literally, it was like when girls sneeze and their period fucking, their tampon
Oh, the
comes
tampon shoots out. Yeah.
It's like, it was one of those things. Like I dry heaved so fucking bad. I peed and I was like, oh my fucking God. Like you literally see it on the back of my pants a little bit.
Not for nothing, but I probably would have threw up too, and I'm not even pregnant.
I was so, like, I have my gag reflexes. The other night I went in the bathroom after one of the ladies that blew it up and I puked in the parking lot. And I puked like driving home. Like I had to pull over and puke. I can't handle the smell of like shit. It's disgusting. Like it is so fucking bad. And then any like perfumes or colognes or anything like that. I like lost my shit on my boyfriend the other day because he like doused himself in this Axe body spray. I was so mad. We got inside. Oh, as we're talking about it, Alex's dog just farted and it's making me sick to my stomach, literally.
Gucci.
Oh, her dog is the nastiest. This dog is the cutest little thing and just like does the most rancid.
It's
farts.
rancid.
And so like my
Every
stomach
day.
can't handle this right now. So he sprays like all this Axe body spray on him.
I paused it because I can't send them if
Yeah, that's
they're.
fine. Comes home at night from a flight. Stinks.
Can I just say that Axe body spray? I'm not a fan of that.
It's
smell.
gross. It's chemical.
It smells so. Yeah, it smells so chemically. I'm
It's
like, ugh.
pure chemical shit. And I've asked him multiple times not to use it. Like one time he sprayed it a lot before a flight and we're driving to the airport and it's like 20 degrees and I have my head out the window because I'm so nauseous from his fucking body spray. So he had to pull over on the side of the highway, change his clothes and like put on something else because I was getting so sick to my stomach. But I'm like, bro, like don't spray it. If it makes me that sick, don't spray it. So he sprayed it before the flight. He had like a full day, comes home from work. He stinks. I mean, I smell it in a second.
That shit is so strong.
It's so
It's not
strong.
even like a subtle smell. Like
No.
you can smell it a mile
Blech.
away.
I was up in the middle of the night, like pacing, like gagging, throwing up from it. I probably was up from like 12 to 3. I had to go to the couch and eat saltines and like cheese sticks to settle my stomach. I got no sleep and I was just like giving him the cold shoulder the whole next day and not talking.
I would have
to
been
him.
so pissed.
And then he's like, "Did I do something else?" I'm like, "No, but what you did is bad enough." And the poor guy just like sprayed body spray and then that was it.
but whatever. Like you told him not to.
I told him not to, like 8 fucking times before that.
One of my ex's moms is like that. Like she like if we would go to see her, like can't wear perfume, he can't wear cologne. Like she's really
I'm like
sensitive
that,
to
not
it.
pregnant. Like my mom's the same way. She gets like outer body experiences, and it's for the cheap shit. It's for the Axe body spray, the Glade. Like,
Oh God, yeah.
the Glade is so bad, and I'm sorry, the Febreze and the Glade is not even good for you.
No,
Like,
it's not. You shouldn't be
fucking
spraying that.
shit. The Bed Bath and Beyond crap, that is cheap shit.
They say that you shouldn't use Bed Bath and Beyond, not Bed Bath and Beyond, Bath and Body Works candles because they're toxic.
They're all toxic. It's cheap shit.
So I buy mine at Walmart.
That's cheap shit. One of my friends, well, you're supposed to get them just natural with beeswax and put some essential oils. And like, that's fine.
But
like,
I'm cheap.
But they're expensive. I don't even burn
Speaking
candles
of
anymore.
cheap people.
Actually, there was this holistic doctor, and she said one of the best things that you could do for your body and your family is to throw all your candles out.
Yeah, they say that it's really not good for you.
No, because you're just inhaling toxic fumes. Like,
Yeah.
throw all your candles out. That is what one holistic doctor has told everybody in their practice. And beeswax is fine. Like, you're making,
Yeah.
I've made my own. You're making it yourself, but throw them all out. One of my friends, to piggyback on like the nausea, she fucking, this is so bad. She said she was like Uber Eating Taco Bell every single day. She was so sick. So they're driving. She's pregnant like I am. She's driving in a moving vehicle. She gets so sick as they're driving. She projectile vomits outside of the window of the car.
Oh, God.
And it splashes back on her son. And her toddler in the back seat is like, ew, Mom. Like, gross.
Whoops.
That's literally like pregnancy summed up. So it's not fun, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Alex is like, I never want to do this.
No, I hate being nauseous. That's like my thing. I get really fucking pissed off if I'm nauseous.
You would hate it. You would hate it. Every morning I'm nauseous. It's past. I'm in the second trimester.
Yeah.
But like if I didn't have like bread immediately when I woke up or like toast or like something, I was so fucking sick throughout the day. And if I don't eat every 3 hours, I want to puke.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Alex is never having kids. So yeah, so that's kind of why I've been a little MIA, and well, we're always like MIA. We go on like these like sprees where
I
we're like
know.
good, but it's been like a whirlwind, like trying to get through.
You bought a house.
We bought a house, trying to get through work. It's like 11-hour days, like 5-6 days a week, and then the nausea and everything on top of it. I feel like shit, and I'm so fucking drained.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So, but everything's good. Everything's healthy. It's a baby girl. We're like super excited for it. So we're happy.
Not to change the subject, but can we talk about the fact that Shakira, the singer, is such a fucking legend and not for the singing?
She's hot.
This is like old news kind of, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't like
Recorded.
So I want to talk about this. You were the reigning champion of finding out how your boyfriend cheated with the Spotify thing.
Me,
You were
From
always
a playlist that he made. Literally, he made a fucking playlist, and I narrowed that down. For anybody that doesn't know, I saw his playlist called Gene Jammin'. And I'm like, this is a new playlist that he has on his Spotify. So then there was this girl's picture that he liked of her ass on Instagram. And this is back when you could find out whose pictures you like. Like, you could see whose pictures you like was like the best thing Instagram
bring that
did.
feature back immediately.
Bring it back. Although it started a lot of fights. So
Yeah.
bring it back. We want
Yeah.
it. So he liked this ratchet ass bitch's picture on Instagram. She looked like Frankenstein. We called her Frankenstein.
It was so bad.
She looked like Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Literally.
Like, she was awful. She looked like a meth whore.
Literally.
And we're not being mean.
No,
Like,
there was nothing redeeming about.
this is like factual. Like,
Yeah.
she looked like a meth whore.
I literally thought she was.
We thought she was a meth whore. We're like, there's no way. This has to be like a pity like.
Yeah.
She had a cute body. That was about it.
I couldn't get past the face.
I couldn't get past the teeth, the black teeth.
Oh my God, ew.
Anyway, so then I Google her name or look up her name on Spotify, and she has a playlist called Lady Gene Jammin'. And I'm like, oh, they're fucking. Because then I find out what Gene Jammin' means,
Yeah, I had no idea.
and it meant like dry humping.
yeah.
Because it was from like a Justin Timberlake song. So that's how I found out. So that was like fucking clutch. And we were all like, you know, cheering.
I was like, that is like, that you connected that. I was like,
knew.
that's amazing.
I was like, God guided me my path to find out all this shit. And then I saw her last song on Spotify that she was playing, because you could see like what other people are playing, and it was like oh no, she put it in one of her stories, Old Pine by Ben Howard, and that was one of the songs that was on his playlist. I'm like, they're fucking. And then they were fucking.
Yeah.
And then I reached out to her and I was like, how long have you been fucking my man for? And she's like, I thought you guys broke up like 2 years ago. I'm like, we only started dating 2 years ago, you ratchet fuck.
yeah, really.
Fuck you. Anyway, so.
And remember, then she wants to like hang out with
And
you.
then she was like, "Oh,
let's
let's go to a
hang out.
concert." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
No. Okay, you fucking creep.
Go smoke meth.
Yeah, really. On your skateboard.
Anyway, so that's how I found out. So Shakira,
So this might be just as good.
this was good.
So you tell it, because I can't like. All right, she went away.
Nobody in her house eats jam except for her, because I think everybody's allergic to it.
Yeah,
Right? They're
Or
all
her husband
allergic.
like hates it or something. Her
like
kid's
that.
allergic.
So she goes away and the jam in the house is like missing, but it's like slowly when she goes away, like the jam is like slowly diminishing.
yeah. So she figured out
She
like
figured out that
who
he
the
was
fuck's
having
eating the jam.
a woman over and eating her fucking jam in the morning. And that's how he found out. She found out that he was cheating. Here's what I don't get.
Okay.
You're Shakira. How do you not have security
cameras.
footage all over your house to see some other bitch coming and going?
Like even if you have a fucking Ring doorbell, you would see that.
every day, you know, blue collar people have a Ring doorbell that sees the people coming and going.
Yeah, that's what really confused me.
That was the only thing that I'm like, there's no way that this fucking bitch is coming into their home without her knowing. By the fucking security footage and the housekeepers and
you're eating the jam.
And you're eating the jam.
That's weird to me.
I mean, if she's hungry, eat the jam. But like, I just don't get how any of the housekeepers, because if you're Shakira, guaranteed you have cleaning people around the clock. You have nannies around the clock that are watching your kids.
And he's like a soccer player, right? So he has a fuck ton of money.
And then you, how do you not have security footage? That was the only thing that I didn't understand.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I loved how she found out because like her jam was slowly diminishing.
And she confronted him and he was like, shit.
She ate the fucking jam. Unless it was like their beach house or something like that. Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. They might have like multiple homes, but like if I'm a celebrity, like
I'm
my
still having
shit is having
security
security.
footage. Yeah, round the clock. Because there's some creep that is obsessed with you that knows where you live.
Exactly.
So anyway, props to Shakira. I want to be her friend.
Good for you, girl.
I know. Fuck your jam.
She can get into our FBI squad. Because that was some real detective work.
That was good detective work. That was almost as good as mine.
Yeah.
Or you could just look at your Ring camera, Shakira.
I don't know if I would have noticed that. I'm pretty fucking oblivious to things. I don't know if I would notice the jam was like diminishing.
I would have.
Unless this bitch is like globbing it on in the morning.
You know who's a creep?
Who?
My dad. So like, my dad is a creep like that would notice that stuff. Like I remember one time, like somebody was supposed to not take a car out and he like placed a checkbook and measured the miles on the car.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So our family that was visiting the house wouldn't use the car, but he like placed the checkbook like by the whatchamacallit, the shifter. And so if it was moved, somebody used the car and then he would like clock all the exact miles. And then for me, one time when I was in trouble, he like clocked all the miles. And one time I did like 13 miles on my car and I was grounded and I was fucked. Like I got grounded again for like another month.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was so like, he's like, I don't even trust you anymore. But like my dad's a creep like that would like slowly like look at minute things and like make marks on things or put things in a certain way. So like, or you know how like, you know, people like tape a door and if the door is like open and the tape's ripped, that means somebody went in that room or whatever the fuck
I used to do that in my old apartment. Really? I swore to God that fucking creep landlord was coming in when we were gone. So we went away for the weekend one time. So we put tape on the door and baby powder on the floor.
Did he come in?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Not that way, at least.
Through the window.
There was like multiple ways to get in. There was like 2 doors.
Ew,
so,
he was sniffing your panties.
Yeah, 100%.
Ew.
You know what's another good way to catch someone? I saw this in a movie, I think. Look at their GPS. If there's addresses in there that you don't know.
On their ways?
Yeah, like in their, or in the Jeep, the navigation thing in their car.
Yeah.
Like, who's at that address?
Well, it's all ways right now, so you got to get in their phone.
True. Well, that's doable.
Fucking my boyfriend, I told him I did this too. Like, he had my car one day because his was in the shop, so I just gave him mine, and he dropped me off at work and picked me up. Like, not a big deal. And I think his car was in the shop for like 3 days, so he had my car for like 3 days and would just commute me to work every day. So I have an app on my phone that like shows where my car is at all times. It's the Mopar app for Jeep.
Yeah.
And like most companies has that. Like Ford has that, like where you can
I have an Acura Link.
Yeah, and you can see where your car is parked at all times. So I'm like, ooh, let's see where he is. Like not even thinking that he would be anywhere. So then I like check it and I'm like, okay, he's home. Okay, he's at the gym. Okay, he's at Meat Farms. Okay, he's at his mom's. Okay, he's just back home. Like, he was so boring.
Yeah, like Couldn't even catch him if you wanted to. God
I was like,
damn
be
it.
somewhere where we could pick a fight. No, I think God, he's so boring. Oh my God.
I know.
I told him that. I'm like, you are so boring. I like looked at the places where you were, and it was literally like the gyms, Starbucks, meat farms, your mom's, and home.
Because you know what the thing is? It's like not normal for us to date people who do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah.
So like when you do that, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like with my ex, like he would text me all the time. Just got to the gym, just got home, blah, blah, blah. Like I never had to question anything. And then
Right.
I'm like thinking to myself, like, I'm just so not used to this.
No, like you're actually where you're saying you are.
Like that's crazy to me.
We're used to like cheating toxic people.
That lied, doing drugs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Instead of, and like I'm used to somebody, like if I was tracking them with my car, like they would be somewhere and I'm like, where the fuck is this?
Right.
But no, he was just like meat farms. Like Jim.
Could be meeting someone in the milk aisle.
Like he literally is so simple. I'm like, what'd you do today? Gym, grocery store, home. Okay. And
Yeah.
that's literally what it was.
But it's like a breath of fresh air. It's
Oh my God, it's
nice.
so nice. Like legit, I don't question anything ever.
Yeah. It's so much more peaceful like that.
I just yell at him for bad perfume.
All right, guys, you know what time it is.
Before we close out,
Confession Corner.
All right, first confession. We're just gonna do two real quick. This one, I think Dua Lipa looks like James Charles with a wig on. I laugh every time I see it, and I don't know who else to share this with.
Thanks for letting us know.
I mean,
I don't know what James Charles looks like.
what?
I don't even know who he is.
Wait, you know what's so funny? Somebody actually recently there was this thing on like where people would like when James Charles dresses up and wears wigs, and somebody was like, "Oh, I showed my mom pictures of James Charles and like in every picture and made her say which celebrity it was," and the mom was like, "Oh, that's Kim Kardashian. Oh, that's Dua Lipa. Oh, that's whatever." But it was literally different pictures of James Charles with a wig.
I don't even know who he. I'm the worst with celebrity names. Like if I saw them,
It's
I'd
just
be
like
like,
gay makeup artist.
oh, I've seen him before.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
He like does makeup with like Kylie Jenner.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know who Dua Lipa is?
I don't know what she looks like, but yeah.
She's actually really pretty. I don't like her music. Okay, so look at this picture of James Charles.
Okay.
They're not wrong. Wait, Dua Lipa.
Now I'm never gonna unsee it though. Okay.
Alex sees it.
Yeah.
So that's Dua Lipa. She's really pretty. She's got a body and a half. But that like that picture,
Yeah, that's oh god.
that
yeah.
looks like James Charles with a wig.
Damn
when
it.
James Charles has makeup on. She's gorgeous and she's got a sick fucking body. But
well,
I
if
mean,
I was rich, I would have one too.
oh my God.
Let's just throw that out there. I'm
I
not
would-
ugly and fat. I'm just poor.
Yeah, no, seriously. She's got a really good body.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, not for nothing. Like, we also have desk jobs. They're fucking performers where they're practicing, like, dancing around all day.
Exactly, and like you don't have to show up to a job every single day. Like you can
No.
work out.
Yeah.
Like I'd work out more if I didn't have to sit at a fucking computer for 9 hours.
My days are 11 hours, 5 and 6 days a week. So it's like I get to the gym in the morning, but sometimes if I oversleep for like 15 minutes or whatever, I only get like 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's your crunch for time. And you're literally sitting at a fucking desk job becoming a bump on a log.
Well, I feel like I have zero energy afterwards.
Yeah.
From just sitting all day.
I'm pregnant. I have no energy anyway.
Oof. Yeah, I don't blame you. You still go
Like,
to the gym more than me,
none.
probably.
I do, but
I've been
I'm-
on a kick though.
Sometimes I go home and I just sob. Like I haven't been that bad this time around, but my last pregnancy, I would just come home from work and just cry in the shower. And my boyfriend was like, "What is wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm just really tired."
Yeah.
Just like sob hysterically because I was so tired.
I don't blame
I only
you.
did that 2 times this time, but he's been picking up the slack and like cleaning and making dinner. So
Good.
he better.
Seriously. Makeup for the axe.
Fuck you and your Axe body spray.
Sure. All right, next confession. When my wife isn't home, I wear shoes in the house. Of course, I make sure they're clean. I don't want to get in trouble. I know I'm
Ew.
a badass. I feel like somebody just wrote that in to troll us because they know how we feel about shoes in the house.
That's cause for divorce.
Dude, if just take your shoes off, put a pair of slippers on.
That is cause for divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, that it sends me.
I just hate it. Like, just take your fucking shoes off at my house.
Take your shoes off. Don't trample around dirt. And like, I'm sorry, but especially in the bathrooms where we work, like, because now the guys use the women's bathroom, the floors are covered in pee. And my boyfriend is on airplanes at work.
Just the airport in general is fucking disgusting.
Airplane bathrooms are literally one fucking piss puddle because the toilets are so small in the whole thing that like, and then there's like turbulence, so your wiener and piss sprays everywhere. I don't want pee all on my fucking floor.
No, it's disgusting.
And in his mind, he's like, oh, it washes off with... He said that. He goes, oh, like if you step in a puddle, it'll wash off or something. And I'm like, all right. Well,
with the oil from the road in the puddle? Come on.
I was like, no, take your fucking shoes off.
That's just fucking disgusting.
No. Sometimes, like...
I hate when people walk into my house with their shoes on. I don't know what the hell you're stepping in.
Right.
Like, would you lick the ground?
No.
So don't walk into my fucking house with your shoes on.
And especially, like, I don't know, like, you know, especially with a baby coming in my life, like, that baby's going to be crawling around on the floor.
Exactly.
And, like, I don't want her to be getting sick from the fucking, like,
no
debris and stuff. Like, take your fucking shoes off. If I found out that my boyfriend was walking around the house with shoes on just for spite when I wasn't home, I would punch
we'd
him
kick
in
his
face.
ass. Same here.
He would never. He gets it. Like, once you, like, explain it, like, he gets it. He's like, all right, now I understand.
With my last boyfriend, one time he, like, walked in with flip-flops, and I just gave him a look, and he was, like a scared dog, took them off. He's like, I was just running in to get... I'm like, I don't give a fuck!
Take the shoes off!
It's gross. Anyway.
Fuck you for taking $4. And that's our end rant. All right, guys, we won't see you next week because I'm going to be on a baby moon in Turks and Caicos enjoying my life.
Lucky bitch.
Yeah, I'm so excited. We're excited. That'll be really fun. I just like going away and not working.
Yeah, me too.
Even though I'm spending a shit ton of money on it, but whatever.
Oh, well, you deserve it.
I know.
And the baby's going to be coming, so you're not going to get a chance.
We get one vacation this year too, unless I like have the baby and then like the next week I'm like, sweet, maternity leave. I get to go wherever I want. No.
True.
Kidding. Alex would.
I'll babysit it.
No, you won't.
I might.
Alex would run away. All right, guys, we'll see you in like 2 weeks or so.
Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised.